guys, welcome. Now, I've received quite the message here. Wow. And it is connected to one of our last readings, all of our last readings. It's all coming together, this spider web that we've been creating with. We are actually coming together, but through the fire energies. And we're transforming from the heavens to the earth through us. And this tree is connected to a very sacred tree that we're going to be talking about here within a minute. And what has been happening is the masculine has been seeing through their illusions and understanding that they're going to pick what is of their heart, creating with their heart. And that's allowing them to see that they want to go home. And that they're going home. They're being called to go home. That's what's happening here. And what this is doing is this is creating this connection of the chariot energies of Metatron's cube. And the feminine, remember this is the masculine, the feminine, and La Luna, helping us to restore balance. The feminine has been working on healing from the dark. And what she's understanding is that within she's always connected to her counterpart, and she's always connected to the masculine energy, and she can move self and expand with it. But there's still a connection within the 5D, and she's understanding now how she's creating within the 3D. And what this is allowing her to do is to move forth through the earth. And remember, we're working with fire and earth. And what's being studied and we've been working on studying in order to get to this space here is our connections within. And the Hermit is here, and the Hermit has been studying connections to heal from the ego, to heal from the wounding of old earth, to heal from what's gone down, to understand what we came here to do, what we came here to do, why our hearts broke, why we've been put in the places and the situations that we've been in. And we're studying these connections within, and we're restoring and we're repairing. And this is where we're repairing our separateness. We're repairing it within with that creation of Metatron's cube. And it's allowing us to gain the clarity that we need to heal from the 3 of Swords. This is the 4. And yeah, we're feeling some sort of way. We're feeling beaten here. We're feeling betrayed. We're feeling lower vibrational, but we're feeling like we're going to surrender. But we're studying. And what's happening is judgment is here. Our ancestors are here. Loved ones that have crossed over are part of this path. So any of you that have lost loved ones, they're helping you from the other side. They're helping you achieve what you came here to achieve. And this is what's happening is it's like a rebirth of the center. It's like we're going to cut away all the dead matter, and this is where everything's connected to the tree. And I love it. I'm like, oh, I can't see myself reflected from, with a mirror. I'm not a tree last time I looked in the mirror. But I can see my connections to a tree. And then right after that, boy, I'm just having all these reflections of how I'm just exactly like a tree reflected. I just love the universe. The universe was listening. Now I'm getting reflected back all this stuff right now. So look. We're connecting to the tree energy right now. Nature is speaking. And this medallion has the patterning of temperance, and what we're studying within with the Hermit, with the energies of Virgo and Mercury. And we're working with Mercury. 5 planets are in retrograde right now. Mercury is a planet of communication, is helping us to repair communication. So here, we're going to meet up. We're going to find out how. We're going to look at this message. All these cards from all these different decks, one of the biggest messages I've ever received here. And of course, because we're in one of the most incredible, expansive times of just building New Earth. Remember, we have to keep creating it to build it. And building to create it. And the feminine is going to start being activated to dream again. All right, guys. Let's check it out. Now, guys, This is quite the message, and wow, like we're gonna be breaking this code for a minute here, so bear with me because they have shown me so many cards in getting ready for this reading. Remember, like this is part of my gift. I thought I've discussed here at the channel. I thought I was gonna be this tarot card reader, reading cards like, Missy, or I really liked Fearless Intuition back then. And there was another one, but I don't have time to watch like I used to because that was that part of my expansion. Now I'm honoring this part of my expansion here with you guys, and any of the free time I have right now, I'm trying to just rest because there's always a lot going on in my life. I am a single parent to my son who is a rainbow child, and he is born on the spectrum, and he's all sensory, and I understand he's of New Earth, and I work very hard to not let the templates of Old Earth break him in, and that takes a lot out of me, and I really honor his energy and him of self, and I'm working with him very hard. And we're doing online school at home because there's no way he's wearing a mask. He cannot do that. And being a sensory kid, there's no way. And you know what? I have my beliefs on this, and I don't believe children that are of a certain age should be wearing masks. And even at all this running and all this exercise while we're wearing masks and for long periods of time, we have to question, is this good for our health? Is this good for our sanity at the end of the day? Like everything in balance, right? And once the balance is distorted, then we have created a shadow energy. And we were talking about this today, okay? A woman has been doing a lot of work with sacred geometry, and she said, you know what, we can't be doing a negative plus a negative because that equals a negative. And, we got to do positive plus negative equals positive, and positive plus positive, well, that just equals pure bliss. Not true. Not true. We have to be really careful how we perceive some of these multidimensional perceptions. As we're becoming more multidimensional, we want to be reflecting this back, that we understand this. And it's just like, here is a polarized world. Now, okay, when we're in New Earth or we're in the 4D plus, I'm not going to speak for there, but in the 3D, this is a polarized world. There's a negative charge and there's a positive charge. Okay? And we're a positive plus a positive equals a negative. And masculine energy plus masculine energy equals negative. Now, masculine energy plus feminine energy equals positivity. Why? Because the energy is working with the matter. And what are we working with here in the 3D? The feminine is the matter. The masculine being the energy to expand it. Now, if we're always just running off of energy, that's a candle burning at both ends. We are burnt out. We know too much sun. You're burnt, right? You get a sunburn. Ooh, baby. You got to heal from that. It's the same thing. We got to honor this. We got to honor this truth. Like temperature. It's like we can't always have things be hot and we can't always have things cold. Quite often with here on the planet, it's a combination of both to make a warmness. That happy sweet spot. And we're just honoring this as a truth. We have to restore balance by allowing the masculine energy to work with the feminine matter. And that's a time for regeneration. This is as well honoring a time for regeneration. That's going to allow us to work with our energy better. This is going to give us a longer lasting life. But here, within the templates of Old Earth, we're just go, 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 go. Masculine, 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 masculine. Add the positive, positive, positive charge. Well, there has been an overabundance of masculine energy working off the masculine energy. Now we've distorted things. We have created a shadow energy that we must heal from. And I don't even know if we are calling this a shadow energy. I don't know what this is. Like, guys, these are new terms. Like, these are new things. Like, we're building off of what we've done here. And I really feel like now we need to get on with this message. Guys, meditate on what you got to meditate on. Take in what you got to take in. And remember too, I'm always learning off of what knowledge I'm seeking and trying to always find better words to use with the like applying the masculine in order to explain this with you guys here. But let's get on with this message, okay? We know the energies of Gemini, the lovers, and look, Gemini are coming together. Mercury is helping us out here. We know we're working with Saturn to turn the wheel counterclockwise. And that is key, we know, because that's the connection to the Merkaba. And that's what we've been working with. The patterning of the feminine seeking within the unknown and the masculine energy expanding with it. And remember, that's the lines, the patterning that, you know, and using the square, the hexagon. But we're not quite touching here. That's also key. We're honoring our love, our connection. We're honoring our individuality. We got a message. Fire is working with earth, and those are the two tetrahedrons we need to come together to form unconditional love. We need to be recognized for our individuality, and we need to do this through self first and foremost. We're honoring this authentic vibration we need in the symphony that we're creating. Now, past, present, and future. Hecate is here, Black Goddess. Past, present, and future. We got to let go of the past. It's time. The message is to let go of the past and move forth with the future. We're being in prison here, and this is connection to the feminine energy. Well, the feminine matter. Let's get this right. Let's get this terminology right. The feminine matter. Okay? She's in a box. She needs a sphere. She's out of her element. We got to help her out. So we're going to, and the altar is here. Now, our individuality is working with this card, and we got this card. This card made it to presence zone like 6 times on our last message. This main message, the key phrase of this is helping others. The water energies are here. The mother energies are here to tell us in order to raise our vibration and reflect back what we need to see of true self and get our recognition is helping others. So we got the direct message in the last reading that'll be linked down below. We're working with Demeter, and she's going to help us also with our recognition and our individuality, as well as the water energies. They're going to reflect back to us our individuality. Now remember, we need the altar. We know. We're in a tight spot here again. We're in a place where, you know what, we can't be authentic self. We don't feel like we can be authentic self. But we're going to honor, we're going to create the fact that we're at the altar and we can. Now we have the elements. We need the right shape in order to create with the feminine energy. We have to honor that. Oh, there again. Look, the feminine, we can't have the positive plus the positive. We need the positive plus the negative. And remember, the negative plus the negative, ooh, we're going down. We're going to sleep like a bear for like a year. We gotta come back from hibernation. Now, hey, we may feel, I don't know how we're gonna feel after that slumber. Now, opposition. This is all about our opposition. We know this. Because we are being set forth with a challenge to you actually unite. We got a message that this wheel is going to turn. But it's going to be with how we honor this challenge. And I say honor with those words very carefully because we're not perfect. We're never, like we see we're going to tackle some problem sometime perfectly in our head, or we're going to create with this perfect vision, or things are going to go down with this perfect vision. But we're shape-shifting, right? But it ain't going down like we're seeing it in our head and we're like, oh, yo, this is going down. Oh, but no, it's shape-shifting from the 5D to the 3D. It's not going to look like how it looked from the 5D to the 3D. You all got to honor that. And I don't know, maybe you were really farther beyond the 5D. I don't know. Maybe you were in the 8. Maybe now it's really looking different here. We got to honor that. So we're going to get this wheel to turn and we are going to receive this message. And then we're going to talk about how this is all playing out. All right. So the key phrase right off the hop here is suddenly finding something in common We know this bridge is from Gemini to Gemini, and it's ruled by Mercury and Venus. And there's our connection to the blueprint of this message that they've shown me next. Let's receive this one first, though. Two unclothed figures, one with short hair and the other with long hair, stand facing in opposite directions. Opposite directions. They are making considerable efforts to make contact with one another by forming a bridge. They each reach out above their heads to touch hands, and they each bend one knee to touch feet. A thriving plant grows in a large red pot between the two figures. The plant is a lotus, and it is in flower and bearing fruit. Behind the figures are a rare and beautiful blue freaking moon. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Guys. Like, what the wow? What's happening? October 31st, and we've been talking about this. And it's in Taurus. And that's connection to Venus. Venus is connected to Libra and Taurus. And we are grounding love. We're grounding connection. It's confirmed. And that bird was chiming on in. I'm excited right now. Ooh, the little star of great light. Mercury and Venus are very different in their drive to express themselves. And the planet of communication is working with the planet of love and the feminine. They symbolize opposing views. Mercury is facile, fast, and versatile, while Venus is slow and possessive. Well, there's our connection to Taurus. However, they share the ability to socialize. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't mean to project some of my emotions out of there. Let me bring some of those back. So, however they share the ability to socialize, ruled by these two planets, the mansion is about a difference of opinion or ideas. The touching of the two figures represents the ability to form a bridge, to find a mutual ground, and to strike a compromise. So, of course, we are to heal with our opposition. We need to strike a compromise. Mansion 6 is a peacemaking card, and we know we're making peace on the path of the moon, and that's part of the lover's job. And drawing it reveals the possibility of harmonious outcome to a situation in which there has previously been great opposition. Now, guys, come on. It's all being woven together like a beautiful little spider web. Now, this is what they showed me this is all connected to. Well, what are we healing with? Our Five of Wands charge. We know we're going to heal from the Five of Wands charge, where we're actively in conflict with our opposition. And that's why we need to work with fire right now, with fire and earth. So we need the wands, and we received this message a couple of messages ago, and we know we got the message of the stag. It's leadership. We are leading with the templates of New Earth. We are leading with the energies of New Earth. We are leading with connections to New Earth. We must understand that it's going to allow us to cross this bridge. Because remember, this is all about the bridge. And we're the bridge to New Earth. From the old. That's first and foremost. If something's happening with our counterpart at the blue moon. And it's going to be unique for all of us on our paths. And remember, guys, from the 5D, we are always connected. That's the illusion we're seeing through. And all of us, right? And it's just that we feel so separate here because we have been put in play to understand what it's like to be separate and alone. But we're coming back to one. And we're coming back to one through self. And we are creating New Earth. We're building it. And this is what I mean. So, I'm not a member of very many Facebook groups or anything like that, but I just happen to be one of the twin flame ones. And this woman was posting a issue that she was going through, and she was saying, you know what? Aren't you guys just all tired of the romance? Aren't you guys just all tired of chasing this romance that you're never gonna get? You're never gonna, receive it, and let's just burn everything all down, and this is all just a stupid game, and I'm tired of playing it. And being reflected back to myself when I once at a time felt the same way. But very happy and thankful for self that I kept going. And of course, I'm always going to go to where I feel called to go to. Anyone that knows me knows that's what's happening. And that's that wild stallion, honoring that wild stallion energy from within to without. And some of us came here to be like that. To see that we're not going to be controlled or manipulated. We're going to be authentic self. And then the beautiful path that we take to continue on expanding that space. And it's just, and I said, I mentioned to her, I used to feel the same way, but you know what? Now I see that the romance was only a fraction of what was happening. And I hold space for my counterpart always within my life and within my heart, because I realize I don't cut those cords. I can't cut those cords, but it's just like I'm focused on the mission. I understand why I'm here. There's a whole other, that's where these googly goggly eyed things we do in this fantasy we create, and it's like the romance is everything. No, guys, that's not it, right? And the farther along we get on our path of expansion, we realize that it's just a fraction of what we came here to do. There's so many more important things, and it's just like when you reconnect back to nature, back to the earth, you have found love because you found connection. True self. I just know that sometimes when we get lower vibrational, we feel lower vibrational, we miss our counterpart. I still miss my counterpart, but then I keep going because I know I matter. I know what matters, and I still believe in my divine inheritance, and that is my right to believe in that. And moving forth, guys, here we have reconnected back to the earth. I don't believe that we just came here to play some sick game and that there isn't a divine plan to play out and that karmic law isn't in effect. And if you're going to be doing all this work, you're not going to be gifted your divine inheritance and what that looks like. And remember, allowing what you see your divine inheritance to look like in the 5D and beyond to shapeshift to the 3D and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the ups, enjoy the downs. And when you really can figure out how to enjoy the downs, then you've done it. Okay? Four of Wands. We're reconnecting back to the earth, and they keep showing me Nicole, fire. Now, this is connected right now to the Queen of Wands. And we know the Queen of Wands has been burning it down. She, feminine, been healing from gaslighting. So, with using the masculine energy and working with the fire, of course, we're going to have to repair from old earth to new earth gaslighting. That's not happening here. We're just using the element of fire to get ourselves warm. Act with our passions. Now, we need the King of Wands. We know this. These guys are connected here to, of course, the masculine standing their ground, as you can see, even within this stance of, you know what, I'm here to act on my passions. I'm here to connect to the masculine energy, and I'm here to restore, repair, mend, and work with the feminine. And we're going to heal from the past, and we're going to move forth to the future. But we're going to do it through the present moment, and we're going to understand that the past is connected to the present moment as well as the future, and the future is connected to the present moment as well as the past, but we're still creating within the present moment to we're active. We're just active at that point in time. This all has everything to do with the Six of Pentacles. And I want you to see there's a wand. We're working with fire. We're working with action. We're actively giving. We're actively giving back. Remember, this is about helping. The water energies are here to show us everything right now to repair is about how we help others and how we help self. The Chariot is also made its presence known, and we know this is the patterning of Metatron's cube and the balance between working with the feminine and the unknown and the masculine expanding it with the energy. This is connected to the wheel turning, and the wheel's going to turn. They've shown me specifically the wheel is going to turn, and it has something to do with our actions. And this is the wheel turning. And I want you to see, they've shown all these cards specifically in all the decks that they've shown them in for the symbolism and the messages. Now, she's going within a circle. The feminine is figuring out in order to help her portion of turning the wheel, which we know that's what we've set forth to do. She's got to get back into the sphere. She's got to get out of this box. She's got to use the proper patterning shape to create with, you know, because we have to make the proper sequence, the proper patterning. Now, so she's going to go right into the shape that she's going to connect to the 13 spheres of knowledge through the void and help us work with Metatron's cube in order to expand. And the masculine will work with the square. This has something to do with the Three of Swords and healing from our heartache and this tree. And they've shown me there's a connection to this tree and going within this tree and a rebirth that's being offered. And it was shown within a specific deck. It's within the tree, within the Wisdom of Trees Oracle, okay? A couple of messages ago for Thanksgiving, up here in Canada, we were celebrating and this card made its presence. And I want you to see the connection. You. And this is a very, very sacred tree. Everything around this, surrounding this tree can fall away and die. And the center is reborn. Now you need to think about that. It's like all this out is lost outside, but within, because all that energy is not going to without, it's going to within the center. This is being reborn. And that's what's happening here. It's connected to the Three of Swords. Then at the end of that reading, I was called to shuffle the deck, this beautiful, incredible deck. And I received these two cards. Now look at that. This is where we begin shifting. Right here. And this is where it's achieved. Now, come on, guys. Like, all these messages, but then it gets even more incredible. And we know an olive branch means a lot. We put out an olive branch when we want to create peace. The olive is a symbol for peace. The owl, look at that baby owl within there. Look at the feather. Look at the snail. Look at this potted plant over here. We know the owl is working with La Luna and our wisdom, our experience. And something is being birthed. And we're going to receive this message right now. But I want you to see how it gets even more incredible before we do. I was called to put on this ring today, and I usually have two of my favorites, but I was called to go to my jewelry tin and grab this ring. Look it within. Another sign, another flippin' synchronicity, everybody. And boy, do I ever wish I could have a camera following me around, because you guys would not question the belief of the other side, source energy, the universe speaking to you. But I must honor that this is my path, and I share what I can here with you guys, what I'm allowed to share. And I must honor that this is my path, and you guys must go out and create with this magic of your own. This is just here to continue to inspire, help make sense of what's going down, receive our messages. And we're, you guys are my Three of Pentacle pals. Thank you guys for being my Three of Pentacle pals, my soul tribe members. Like-minded people that are building new earth. Okay? Now let's receive this message. Wow, it's sanctity. The olive tree literally occupies a central position in ancient Greek mythology, because a special tree believed to be the mother tree of all olives was planted within Athens. Remarkably, what is thought to be a descendant of that tree still grows there. The oil pressed from the original tree's fruit was burnt continually in, a lamp. Look at that. It was used as fuel to help the lamp burn. And it was placed next to the tree. And olive oil is still a holy oil in a variety of religions. The medicinal uses of olive oil include lowering blood pressure and reducing abdominal spasms. I didn't know that. The olive branch is a universal symbol of peace, so let me show you how to create a greater sense of harmony in your own life and to invest all your actions with sanctity and significance. Wow. What a message. Like, what a message. This is connected to creating also a sacred space within our homes that we're going to honor every day of our lives. This message is connected to what we are doing over here. Something is happening, and this doe is connected to this stag. Well, remember, guys, I don't have all the information yet. I'm hoping that we receive some more of it today. Of course, when we build off the knowledge that we have been seeking within the unknown here. Now, this is connected to alchemy that is happening right now between the lovers, and it has to do with going home. And that, remember, we're crossing the bridge to go there. Look, and I want you to see the luna's right there. And the sun. I didn't notice that till right now. Okay, and then we have our alchemy going on here. And it's connected to home. And it's, remember, we're healing with our chakras. We have the masculine and feminine representation of even, like, we got stag and doe. We got this message, and as promised, we're going to see what's happening here. The Two of Wands coming together of both of the wands of fire, of action. This is connected to the masculine and feminine. So here we're working with the lady. This is Venus. Hi, Venus. Hi, Lady Venus. The Empress, and she's pregnant. She's connected to the harvest. And what they've shown me is that she's having a new beginning. It's connected to a fresh approach. And this is actually crossing over that bridge. Because she's going to act with it. She's going to actively cross the bridge from old earth to new earth. And that's where she's meeting up on her path here. Now, the masculine is choosing healing. They've made the choice to heal. This is what I've been showing, and that's great because that means they've connected to the King of Cups, which is one of our main energies. This is working with Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. We're about to enter Scorpio season. And what they've shown me is that the King of Cups is working with the High Priestess right now. That's what's happening here. And it is in order to get to the 3. And remember, this is going to be important here very soon. We need to create the 3, okay? And we're going to get back to that. So the masculine in picking healing, while the feminine's having a fresh approach, crossing the bridge to new earth, creating with new templates and patterning, the masculine connects to what we need to connect to here. The Lord. And this is the Emperor. And now we have the Emperor and Empress. And now we're going to turn the wheel. And when we turn the wheel, it is connected to this manifestation, active manifestation of the 3 of Wands, because we've restored and repaired connection of working with the masculine. So how we've done so is right here. They've shown me the karmic situations are coming to an end. Masculines are moving on and choosing inner child healing. This is as well a feminine's letting go of relationships that are not in alignment with them. And it doesn't mean there wasn't a love there. We ain't getting things twisted. It's just a time to move on. We're being called to the people that we are in alignment with to build new earth and cross these bridges and go home with. And we're going to have to say goodbye to some people. This is saying goodbye to some patterning. This is saying goodbye maybe to that drink of wine that you just can't drink anymore and you know it. Or that cigarette you can't inhale, you know it. Or that cheeseburger that you just know you got to say goodbye to that cheeseburger. Or this place you just can't go to anymore. Or you know that like whatever this is for you, this can be so many things or all of them combined. That's what makes our past so unique. But this is going to transform us. And what this is connected to, they've shown me completely, is the masculine scribing, as well as communication and written communication. And this has something to do with Mercury retrograde. This retrograde is revealing something connected to communication. And it has to do with the Three of Wands now. Like, now we understand the Three of Cups. We have to understand the Three of Wands now. That's what it is. So the High Priestess is here. And this is the feminine working with her gifts and La Luna and accepting the dark as part of her life, as regeneration as part of her life. As maybe, you know, she's got to go to bed at 8 o'clock. She's got to get up at the witching hour at 3. And that's just become part of her healthy new patterning, and she's honoring it. This is connected to some sort of harvest. I do believe that it is going to be this summer from what they're showing me. So remember, the seeds that we plant this winter, and we're going to prepare for that right now in autumn, what we're planting within the winter, and we're going to harvest it within the summer. And it has something to do with the Six of Chalices. And we got to hang tight. Like, if that makes you mad to hear, like, oh, that this is, we're not going to be completing this part of the journey till next summer, well, then you know you still have healing to do, because we're honoring divine timing. And this is, remember, only a part of this. We're on mission work. We're busy with other things. We're busy filling the cup. We're busy filling the cup because we need it for the Two of Cups. So that's what we're working on right now. And we have officially graduated. We understand that the Two of Cups connection is happening through the 3. And this 3 of Chalices is connected to what is happening here with the 3 of Wands. And this 3 of Chalices is connected down here. Where are we? To Pitcher. We need you, Pitcher. Ooh, we need that too. Pitcher, where have you gone? Finally found Pitcher. Remember, we need Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And they've all showed up at the party to help us with the patterning. Because this is working with the feminine. And now we're going to... Now I'm going to lose the 3 of Wands, guys. Okay. These are connected. We're going to work with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Wands in order to complete the patterning we need and work with the masculine and feminine, the mother and father energies, in order to continue to manifest. This is where things get really interesting. Now, I never noticed this before because, I mean, we have many decks here at School for the Fool. And that was obviously supposed to happen. And I'd never been called to study them. I study them in real time as things go down here because I receive messages through them. And a lot of times when I receive that message for the first time and I haven't studied it, it is an actual message from the divine. I understand that. That's how my gift works. It's not to sit here and study that. That's always using the masculine energy. We have to use the feminine, use our intuition, do what we feel called to do, and then build off of it with the masculine energy. And that's how I was called to do this. That is how I found self. And that's how I continue to work with my gifts. And this is just how you guys can, you know, continue to work with your own. Now, here we go. There is, look at this shape. It's like a pregnant pine cone lady, okay? And then I remembered that within the vice versa tarot that we were just using the other day within the Hierophant, there's the same figure. Our connection to the blue moon, this full moon in Taurus, because the Hierophant is connected. So right now, Venus, the Empress, is working away with the Hierophant. And that is the feminine expanding within the unknown, connecting to the information we need, those 13 spheres of knowledge. And that's how this wheel is turning, right? And now we're going to expand it with higher self and the masculine. And here's the information we're seeking. Carved on the back of the throne is the tetragrammaton. And that actually just got some information sent to me that told me that this actually got misinterpreted in the Bible. And we know that this is the shape for God. But that it's actually the tricontrahedron. The triicontrahedron is the shape, the sacred geometry of the all. Now, the tetragrammatron is the shape, you know, of the that we use with the arc and the capacitor. And there's a extremely brilliant scientist and quantum physicist that is doing much work with all of this stuff that he's discussed. Nassim Haram, I think. I don't remember his last name, but it's incredible. I have posted some of it here on the channel before. Now, this tetragrammatron pentagram, an esoteric design that combines the hidden name of God with symbols for man and the microcosm. Some interpret this as the word made flesh. The word made flesh. Or the divinity inherent in man. Now look at that. The base of the throne is unfinished, just as mortals are unfinished, and always striving towards refinement. Sitting beside the base are a Paleolithic goddess figurine, and there she is, a cloven apple, and a baby holding a key. Now the baby holding the key is key, and this goddess looks like a pine cone. There is a connection to the pineal gland. Now there is a rigidity connected to the other side of this card, as we know it's the vice versa tarot. So now you've given way to freedom of thought and possibility. You've gone beyond merely questioning the precepts of religion. Now you're ready to challenge them or rebel against them. If this isn't a situation where religious teachings are relevant, think of another situation in which you are being held back by thou shalt and reconsider your actions. Ooh, something's going down to go up. But guys, look at that. We're listening to higher self. We're listening to source. We're listening to the divine. And the child is the key. And the growth of the future and life and how we sustain it here is the key in the connection to the feminine and the matter and understanding growth. Understanding this. And it is adding the positive to the negative. And that's the fear. We add the wands to the swords energy. We add the actions to the fears. We don't get stuck. We don't stay actively stuck in here. And if we do, we honor what's going on and we do what we need to do to add the positive charges to shift. And that's what's going to get us to the 10 of Pentacles. But right now, what they've shown me is we're not feeling supported by New Earth. We're not feeling like we can see it. We're not feeling like we can understand it. But La Luna is here. I want you to see, they've shown me specifically to share this message that the Luna is here. Trust La Luna. Trust your moon sign. Trust your authentic self. Remember, that's restoring balance, not just knowing our sun sign. Know your moon sign. Get a moon sign reading if you feel called to get one. In fact, maybe we'll... I know we've been busy, but maybe it's time to do moon sign readings for all the signs. And maybe I just better get my butt help figuring out and manifesting how to make that happen. Send a lot of positive vibes this way, guys, and let's get some moon sign readings. They've shown me we need to start dreaming again and preparing for the future, and especially the feminine. The feminine has quit dreaming. And it's because the feminine has been feeling some sort of way. Like, we're not being supported. We feel shut out. But that's because there's a 4 of Pentacles shift happening within with the masculine. It's not we're shut out. It's that we have to have this 4 of Pentacles shift. We have to honor it right now. And the masculine is working on their reconnection to the earth. Through the earth. We're not being shut out. We just have to understand where we're making best use of our patterning. And that's not here. We need to get back into the sphere. And not because we belong there. This is because we belong there. Okay? Meditate on that for a minute, guys. Meditate on that. Now, something is happening with this regeneration machine and this rebirth from the past to the future. We're going to find out really soon here because we're going to find out what's happening. And this regeneration is connected to the 6 of coins. And the masculine now, because, you know, guys, I always laugh to raise vibration. I gotta remember that not everything's a joke, but that's just how I raise vibration, okay? So, remember, we're feeling shut out here in the 4 of Wands energy of New Earth, because we're having a 4 of Pentacles shift. Well, there's going to be something offered for feeling shut out. Because remember, the karmic scales will always allow you to restore the balance of what's happening. Allow it. Allow it in. Like, this is where you can't change your perception and be like, oh, my karmic scales are always going to be on balance. But it's like, no, I'm going to let what's natural go down. I'm going to allow shape-shifting to occur. I'm going to get on my mission work. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to create in the energy the opposite. So I'm feeling some sort of way. I'm feeling left out. But hey, I can go within. I can do something else. I can hang out with Source. I can connect with the Luna. I can expand. I can do all sorts of things. We hang tight while we allow the shift. And then look, when we allow divine timing, look what's being offered through the earth. And they're showing me that the masculine, for all this work that they're doing, is going to be offering. And remember, feminine, you got masculine within you. So if you're being called to offer something, ooh, you're going to honor that, right? Or you're going to not, right? Your path's your path. My path's my path. You know, we just are going to see that this was all not for nothing. And we're going to add that positive charge. We're going to add the positive charge to heal from this. And we're going to add the positive charge that this has been creating for some time. And it's just time to heal. It's time. It's time to pick healing. It's time to pick the patterning of healing. Because this looks a lot better than to do this than to do this. Okay? We just need to find strength. Oh, and look at that. Look, guys, I haven't touched this deck since the reading. And underneath strength, I'm just going with what's was underneath the King of Cups here in the High Priestess. Look at that. We have the 6 of Cups. What we've set out to achieve, and it was through the 3 of Pentacles. Masculine, feminine, child, body, mind, soul, the heavens, the earth through us. And look, our 3 of Pentacle pals. And yeah, maybe some of us are going first. Maybe you're one of the 3 of Pentacle pals that was going first while everyone else watches what you're doing in order to expand. I mean, I know that this has been my path. I'm accepting going first to show other people what's happening so that other people understand how to create with their patterning. This is, you know, and this, I could very well look at this as a representation of what's happening here. Here, this patterning is being created. You guys join in to become a part of it and connect. And then you guys get to go away and create with your own. That's the gift. That's the beauty of this. And look, love to see the Queen of Cups as I'm honoring the Queen of Cups within self. My connection to Pisces. And we're going to expand, guys. Now, they've shown me we're having a completion. This has to do with that child. That child that's within the Hierophant. We're going to understand that the child has the key to help us heal from stress and is going to allow us to share. So when we heal from stress, we're going to want to share. And this is, ooh, it's going to amp up the dream. It's going to amp up connection. It's going to amp up the energies of New Earth. And this is where the romance is going to come into play. Because we've ended separateness from within to without. And look, we're going to heal from schizophrenia. Right? Because we're feeling separate. This is what this is. We're healing from this. From within to without. We must have patience. This is connected to working with the feminine, the cycles of the moon, birthing, honoring stillness. Honoring stillness and the time for intimacy to create this. And there we're going to heal with our inner voice. Direct message. We're going to understand the dolphin energy that much more. La Luna is going to show us something, how to restore balance with the dolphin energy and heal with our inner voice. Because remember, at the end of the day, that 5 of Wands charge is connected to the 5 of Swords. And that 5 of Swords is connected to the 3. So because we've completed this mission, understanding that youth, the energy of youth is key. We need to get back to playing, and that's going to allow us to heal from the mind. And we need to continue to work with our shapes. So we need to give up control, and that the mind's not allowing us to create the proper patterning and shapes we need. So we're going to give up control of something. And it has to do with the 10 of Wands. We have to put down some of our burdens. We have to put down, look, to make the 3, because now we've come back through it full circle, remember? We have to create the 3. We're going back to the 3. So in order to create the 3, look, she's reconnected to what's really important here. She's cooking a carrot, a root vegetable, and she's going to honor what she needs to do for self. She's going to put down her other burdens of the matrix. She's going to use the masculine energy here properly. So you know what? There's too much going on. I need to focus what's important right now. I need to heal with self. What's the first thing? We're going to honor body to help heal with the mind. So I found this beautiful root vegetable. I'm going to cook it within this pot, and I'm going to consume it. Now I'm going to have more energy. I've done something to care for self. And look, I'm going to expand. And then I'm going to have enough energy to get creating here with love. We need to create new earth so we can build it. We need to continue to create it and build it, create it and build it, build it and create it, destroy it to create to destroy. Whichever way this is going up. And the masculine, while the feminine works on this creation part, is still within a time of surrendering. This is what they've shown me. And this surrendering is connected to whatever the divine has come on in to knock out that's within our way of getting to where we all need to be. And right now, it has to do with what is being birthed within. From within to without, we shall expand. Now we're going to get some cards shuffled up, and we're going to go on to part 2, and we're going to see what's happening. But before I do so, let me just say, we're finding out that we have a responsibility to the earth and the inhabitants of it, our brothers and sisters. And what we're going to do is we're going to realize that we've been killing life, and we need to we're creating with this patterning. This fear is connected to why we're creating love from fear, because that is just in destruction. We're going back to life. We're honoring life. So what we're going to do is we're in a time of collaboration. This is what else they've shown me. We're in a time of collaboration. And this has, once again, too, and I didn't even notice this till right now. That's what I love. Look at that. There's a connection. We're putting the pieces together, guys. We're doing it. We're expanding into new earth. And we're crossing the bridges from the old to the new.